So this is New Poets Wednesday. No, as this is actually celebrating new poets, celebrating new poets. And my name is Gary Cox, and Dale Baker is with us. And we have we have about 12 other people who kind of come and go. And this is a podcast which will also whatever the beyond the podcast, whatever you call that. So we're going to read you some poetry, and this is the longest speech I've made in 100 years. Wow, they shouldn't leave me here alone like this, you know. But anyway, Dale and I will have some fun, and we like to feel that we've written some good poetry, and we would like to invite you to come on the show. And it's really easy. We'll get into that a little bit more. You know what? Why don't I just read you a poem instead of trying to act like I'm some kind of raconteur, and you'll see. Okay, Dale, I talk so much that I said, you know, let me shut up and read a poem. So I'm going to read the first poem because I've been talking to our audience, okay?
Okay, that's
while
good.
you were doing the thing. Well, yeah, I didn't want you to sit down. Okay. And this is called No Matter How Fast We Run. And I'm reading this because I don't think I want to tell how old I am, but I'm a seasoned runner. And I just competed in a track and field meet in Las Vegas and won a gold. And I'm just pleased as punch with myself. So I think I'll go first. And this, okay. No matter how fast we run, okay? No matter how fast we run, how far we throw, or how high we fly, the earth will claim our mortal forms, and we will wait, like ordinary men and women, for our spiritual transformation. But until that day, we are free to set the pace, raise the bar, and claim the glory that is ours because we are athletes.
Very good.
Thank you. So that's my attempt to be current.
Okay.
That's current to what I just did Saturday, actually. And it is now, since we don't notice, it is now the Tuesday after the Saturday of said track and field meet. There you go.
What was that again?
I was just explaining that that time-wise, we're speaking of an event that is only 3 days old.
Okay. All right.
And
it must be my turn, right?
That would make it your turn, as I've tried to.
Okay. Well, I've been for the last couple of years, I've been reading books by Louise Hay, and Louise Hay is like many people that have written books about positive thinking and how you can make your life more meaningful and abundant if you, in essence, think happy thoughts and be around happy people and all that kind of thing. So I call this poem "Thank You, Louise." You know, that's like Louise.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
It's a tribute.
Yes, it is.
I love tributes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Louise. Awash in affirmations, I prepare for meditation, open to revelations that will spark my soul. The words flow soft and soothing. I repeat each line, approving, full of joyous knowledge. I am perfect, whole, complete. I choose to make life wondrous, releasing hesitations, ignoring reservations based on traumas past. Sending love feels so good, just like Louise said it would. I grow and give it like I should. All is well in my world.
I like it. That's some positive affirmation there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I really think well, I'm big on hope. And
Yeah.
I find poems like that to be extremely hopeful. And I find you to be very hopeful too, actually, now that not to get personal, but
Yeah, of course, of course.
okay, well, we obviously would like to have, I don't know, 5 or 6 people per show to read their stuff. But sometimes this is what we have, and that makes it my turn. And I only prepared 3 poems, but obviously I might have to do maybe an extra one, or you might have to do an extra.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that was in that book. I know this is kind of a cheap way for me to tell folks that.
No, that works.
I wrote 3 books of poetry. Yeah.
Plus all the other ones you didn't put in the books, right?
Yeah, right. All those too. Yeah. No one seems to be able to find all those, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Not even on the computer, I know.
Yeah, well, they are on the computer, but with me, that doesn't mean I can find them. I just remember that I put them there, and
Yeah.
This one I call the changing landscape of our dreams. I'm kind of working on a theme today because, well, it's the best idea that I had. So anyway, the changing landscape of our dreams. Take heed the changing landscape of your dreams as one dream morphs into another, leading us all to ask, how can I encourage myself and others to hold fast to our dreams, even if we've lost track of them, or forsaken them, or found them somehow unworthy of the person that we are meant to be? We can choose one dream over another. You can throw in the towel on one or all of them. Hopefully, along the way, you learn, as many athletes have, that victory lies in simply showing up, laying it on the line, physically, mentally, emotionally, and according to your lights, spiritually. And when you have done that, you have done your job, and that is its own reward.
Absolutely.
I sometimes think we should get some sound in here, and so like when we finish
music does add to it for sure.
The music can rise, and then it can go down, and and then it would rise again, and
before you know, we're going to have a video, have a movie.
Well, hey, I'm writing this book. Here's a plug. I'm writing this book, Fast at 80. And what people don't realize is that's just the first step. Because after I get that, then I'm going to say Fast at 80, the musical.
Oh, wow. Hey, and you'll have to have choreography.
I may skip the choreography. That's the thing that I'm finding I auditioned for the baseball movie.
Oh, Damn Yankees?
I auditioned for Damn Yankees because I like the show and I love the theater that I work out of. And I, 'cause I, 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 I just got a text and I lost my train of thought. Oh, I auditioned and they cast me, and it was like sort of a small part, but a good part. As in there's some meat to it, and there's one really good scene that I would have, and I should have been happy with that, but no, I didn't say. I think I would like to do some choreography here. I mean, I think I would like to some ensemble playing here.
Really?
The next thing I know, I've got to learn 5 songs and the choreography that goes with it. And I'm like,
Choreography. Oh my. Oh.
what were you thinking? And yet here we are. The show is opened, so you'll be the judge when you see it.
Okay.
I'm wondering if maybe Bobby came to an early show. I think it was not one of my best.
Yeah.
And
well, the early ones.
Maybe Bobby doesn't want to come on this show because he might be forced to talk about it.
Oh, I don't think so. No, Bobby will talk about anything.
Yes, he will. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's
well, that's why I like to go to the later performances, not the first ones that come out, because
absolutely.
You're working it out. Opening night is
yeah.
not all it's cracked out to be. So
Often it's not. Theoretically, you're not supposed to be working it out. You're supposed to have.
Yeah, right.
My good friend Frank Aaron, I think he's been in every play I've ever been in. Plus, he does several shows a year, whereas I do 1 and maybe 2. But Frank always says the same thing. He said, "You'll have it by closing night." And I said,
it'll be perfect then.
My gosh, I will. He says, "You'll be perfect."
Yes, absolutely. And that's very true. Well, for one thing, everybody's very relaxed on the last one because this is it. I'm not doing this again. So everybody is just ready to go roll through it and get home,
And surely by now I have made all the mistakes I possibly could have made,
Oh no, there's always more.
Yes. Well, now that I told you what Frank says, the thing I say is I've never met a scene I couldn't screw up.
Yeah.
Never been in a scene I couldn't screw up, So everybody's got their own cross to bear, I guess. But it's live theater. Come on, it's fun. But
I know that's right.
And they're wonderful, wonderful performers in the show. So we'll be happy to see you in the audience.
Okay, good. Okay, it's my turn, right?
It is. You thought I forgot, didn't you?
Okay, now this is like on the other side of my positive, kind of linked with the positive. This is called The Good Listener's Lament. And all my life, people have told me I'm a title.
I love the title.
Huh?
I love the title.
Yeah. All my life, people have told me I'm such a good listener, Yeah. So this is the inside of being a good listener. Okay, good listener's lament. You make me sad. Your world is grim. I listen to you and I feel bad. Your life is shit. What can I say? If you can't smile, I'll walk away. Not because I don't care. It's because I just can't stay and listen to you drone away. I'll try again some other day to bring my sunshine to your gloom.
It ain't all roses, we write about everything in our lives.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course.
That was a good one. I don't know if I've actually seen one that was just right out there in your face.
Oh, I have lots of those, but I don't usually read them.
Yeah. Okay, well, now that I know you've got them, I may be looking for them, so.
Well, you have to work pretty hard, yeah.
All right. Well, I thought I might say something clever about this poem I'm going to read, but it's just, kind of things some kinds do. Oh, yeah. You ever write a poem that you thought the whole thing was a toss off,
Yeah.
and yet when you got done with it, you said, "Well, it's kind of interesting for a toss off." It's like I don't think this is gonna, I don't think this is gonna win any prizes. It was fun to write, and when I read it,
Yeah.
it's fun to read.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
we go. This
Okay.
is called My Beloved Other. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put
Yeah.
some light behind me. I'm having a little trouble reading. So entertain our audience while I'm going.
Okay. Da 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 da. Do, 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 do.
One of these days, we're going to work all these kinks out, right?
Well, that's what you do when you edit, you know.
You hear that, Raven? You hear how important you are? He's out there saying, I know it. I know it.
Yeah.
Get to the point, read your book.
So which book is this in?
The first one, The Waters of Appanus County.
Oh, I don't have that one.
It's called My Beloved Other.
Oh, okay.
Trying to write, thinking too hard, not like the bard, stringing pearls without regard, always a bee in his bonnet, could write a play in a day and burp up a sonnet. His brain was iambic, his rhyme was titanic, he must have been manic, the stories he told, all of them bold, even the ones that he stole. Leaving the rest of us rabble to lace up our babble with our unsavory quid pro quo. So, borrowing I go, a grizzled old Romeo, to whom Juliet posits these lines. That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. But methinks she missed the mark. A name is not something you give willy-nilly, be you a gent or be you a filly. And though I've given you many, there just isn't any that refer to a part I don't know by heart. Ooh, I'm nearly through. So suffer me now to imbue my name for the all of you. I saw it and stole it and made it my brother. I hope you like it, my beloved other.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's a very nice poem. In fact, I'd like you to read it again.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I don't, do you really want me to read it again? Or you want
Yes, I do. Yeah.
some other day? Okay.
No, no.
All
We
right.
have time, you know.
We do, don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
And actually, no, I think that's the beauty of a podcast like ours is that we can do these things.
Yeah.
I can ask you to go back and read a couple of lines
Mhm.
that struck me, and it's like
Mhm.
I think that's kind of what we're all about here.
Yeah.
Okay, my beloved other, trying to write, thinking too hard, not like the bard, stringing pearls without regard, always a bee in his bonnet, could write a play in a day and burp up a sonnet. His brain was iambic, his rhyme was titanic. He must have been manic, the stories he told, all of them bold, even the ones he stole. Leaving the rest of us rabble to lace up our babble with unsavory quid pro quo. So a borrower I go, a grizzled old Romeo, to whom Juliet pauses these lines. That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. But methinks she missed the mark. A name is not something you give a willy-nilly, be you a gent or be you a filly. And though I have given you many, there just isn't any that refer to a part I don't know by heart. I'm nearly through. But suffer me to imbue my name for the all of you. I saw it and stole it and made it my druther. I hope you like it, my beloved other.
That's nice. Yeah, that's a nice poem.
Yeah, it's got a nice. It made me feel nice.
Yeah, it has a good rhythm to it.
Yeah, especially when I don't stumble over the lines.
Yeah, that's working out pretty good for you, isn't it? The way you have it written out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's good.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
Like if Sir Robert is going to be absent, he should submit some poems that we
And
can
then we could read them. Yeah,
for
okay.
him, you know,
Yeah,
or you or anybody else who is missing, you know.
yeah.
I'm still trying to get a connection between celebrating new poets and what's on my Facebook, New Poets Wednesday.
Mhm,
I'd like to get some of them on the show if I could.
mhm,
You know?
mhm,
Part of the problem is a lot of them were students and we no longer have contact with them, you know.
mhm, mhm,
But I'm still thinking there's something there. There's a way it can be done. It's just,
mhm,
I haven't figured it out yet, but
mhm.
you know, I think this would be a good thing for any young, or not necessarily young, but any newer poet to come on and kind of see how their stuff plays, you know.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
feedback.
it's always good when you're writing poetry to share it with people and read it out loud.
Oh,
And because people write it a lot of times, I think, and you don't read it out loud. I mean, I do. My poems I like to read out loud because I know ultimately I'm going to be reading them out loud. Or that's, I figure that that's a good thing.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, in fact, I have reworked some poems because some of the poems I wrote quite a long time ago, I didn't read them out loud, or I read them out loud but I already knew what the words were. And I found that I changed some of the words when I gave it out loud because by hearing those words and not seeing them, they were misinterpreted as other words and confusing. So that really worked well, and that's something I learned by giving it out loud, and then people would ask me, "Would you read that line again?" And then when I read it and listened to what it sounded like without seeing it, it's like, oh, okay.
I see, you know, yeah. Well, I don't so much rewrite poems.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll jam two together because they seem to fit, you know.
Yeah.
But what I do is maddening. I keep changing the titles, and then
No, but that's common. Yeah.
I can't find them, you know.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a title, and I can't find the title. I could be looking right at the poem, but it's, you know, so. Anyway, I guess that's why we write books and write them down, you know.
Okay, I have a poem now, and I pulled this out just because of what I was just talking about, and the fact that this is a poem that I read out loud once and realized I needed to change the last line.
Ah,
So this is called Lots of Men. There have been a lot of men in your life, she said. My neighbor. We walk most evenings at 6. Evidently, between 6 and 7 each evening, I have revealed quite a lot of history. I suppose so, I thought. A lot? More than a couple, yes. But considering 33 years of marriage spanning 2 husbands, one disaster, one divine, that does not leave much time for lots. Okay, so the last line, lots, people say, okay, what's that last word? And my intention was lots of men, just like I started out. So I changed it to many. And it didn't read the same. Anyway,
let me
so
hear it again. Because actually, be honest with you,
yeah.
it got right past me, and I said I might want to ask her what that last word was, but
Yeah, see, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
but just read it again. Humor me and read it again. So
Okay. You want the whole poem or just the end?
Well, I tell you what, since you made the connection that you were trying to make a connection, but
Yeah, right.
I would like to hear the whole poem.
Okay, all
See
right.
if you did indeed make the connection. And
Right. Okay. Okay, this is called Lots of Men. There have been a lot of men in your life, she said, my neighbor. We walk most evenings at 6. Evidently, between 6 and 7 each evening, I have revealed quite a lot of history. I suppose so, I thought. A lot? More than a couple, yes. But considering 33 years of marriage spanning 2 husbands, one disaster, one divine, that does not leave much time for lots.
I get it. I totally get it. It was there all the time. It really was.
And it just doesn't mean the same if you use a different word.
Oh, no. You wouldn't want to change it. But, oh, man.
But see, reading it, you have no problem reading it because when you get to the end, you can see lots. So anyway.
What I'm thinking, though, is while I was listening for the whole lots thing, I heard a line that I really liked, and I can't, I said, stick it in your mind and be ready to say it. But if I don't say it right away, it won't, you know. However, if you were to send it to me, then I would find a line that I liked. And, because, I don't want to have you read it a third time, it's like, but.
Okay.
Anyway, there's not only did I like the poem, there's a line in there somewhere towards the end that I really.
the end.
So see if you can find it. There you go.
Okay. But considering 33 years of marriage spanning 2 husbands.
Spanning 2 husbands.
Spanning 2 husbands.
Come on, that is so freaking original. Spanning, you think of spanning and 2 husbands. Of course, there's time between this one and that one and spanning. It's just like perfect, and sometimes that's the beauty of poetry. Sometimes you get perfect,
Well, thank you. I wasn't thinking that was perfect, but that was a line that just came out. It wasn't one I reworked or anything. So that's
well, I don't care about that. I've gotten lucky on lines. I've gotten lucky on entire poems. Wow. I didn't think much of this halfway through, but now I'm liking it, But you got to, if you think about it, spanning 2 husbands, you can span time, you can span history, but spanning okay, yeah. There's something going on there, And then you say one of them divine, not so divine,
and one a disaster.
Disaster. Oh yeah, one disaster, one divine.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it works even better, So how are we doing on time? Are you? I'm not doing anything.
I'm not looking.
Oh, you know what? My dance instructor would hate the way I'm lounging and slouching around in my chair today. I was just like,
well, that's all right.
I guess she doesn't. I don't know if she'll ever see one of these. And by the way, you do know we're on YouTube now. You know that, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did look at the first one, and then the thing is, I was already there for those, so.
True.
Yeah.
But we are doing them on a regular basis now, every other week. So just so you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I was surprised. It's just like a lot of Zoom things, there's a lot of moving around and people are scratching their noses and, things like that. I mean, that's, it's kind of funny to see yourself.
Well, it is. Now, I will say that Raven takes some of that out. Like,
Well, I was hoping he would take more of it out, because in the one that I looked at, I got up and there's a window behind me. This was the one that was in Arizona. And the window behind me, I got up and filled it with a window. And then, I mean, I did that twice. I had no idea that was going to be in the video.
Yeah, well, this one is not going to be a prize either, because I got up, well, you got up 2 or 3 times, at least twice, right?
Yeah.
Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but
well, I know, but it doesn't look very professional.
I want this to be fun, and I want people to like it. I don't know if I care if it's professional or not. It's like you can hire professional readers if you want.
Well, but that wouldn't be the same thing.
No, and the whole thing about it is, I think one of the joys of being a poet and writing poetry is a chance to share it with people. And
right.
Yourself, let them hear you. The author.
Right.
I think there's a lot of value in that.
Well, in fact, one time I was trading poems with somebody, and I was really offended. He said, "Okay, I want to read your poem." And, that was okay. I was happy about it, but I didn't like the way he read it, and he said, "Well, I can make it sound a lot better." And it's like, I mean, who wrote this poem?
Who's in charge here? Me or you?
Yeah, whatever. So, and I didn't like it better. I didn't like the way he read it, but for some reason he thought the way he read it was better, and that's fine, but I thought that was really rude.
Well, the way he presented it, it was.
Yeah.
However, I write. I've written. Okay, they're lyrics now. They were poems, but now they're lyrics, and we make some changes and get some repetition and have an ending for it and everything. That wasn't in the original, but I don't know where I was going with that, because I like to have it presented as music, and that changes it.
Well, yeah, when it's part of music, you don't have the control about how it's delivered.
Right. Well, that, and the other side of that, which is you hear things you didn't hear when you wrote it, and that's the beauty of it. It's like, it's like when my partner Joe Broussard takes off on something. I mean, it's like, wow, how did he get that out of what I wrote? And that's really fun. That is really
fun. Oh yeah.
I can do more of it. I can just get people to send me, more stuff.
Yeah.
But
well, that happens to me more with short stories that I write. Because I've gone back. I just joined the Hawaii Writers Guild, and I want to work on getting a bunch of my short stories in a book, and I'd like to publish those. And it seems like I can't do it on my own. I have to get it, just like now here, because I'm here, I'm writing more poems. That's a good thing. So if I get in a group of people that write prose, then I'm going to be writing more prose. But anyway, now I've lost my train of thought.
I'm not going to say welcome to my world. Nothing like that.
I was just thinking I've been hanging out too much with you, Gary.
Okay, that was a dig.
Well, but it's a mutual kind of thing,
Oh, so, yeah, absolutely.
And, I know what I was thinking. So I've dusted off some of my old stories that I tried to get published a couple times, and then I kind of lost interest, so I didn't pursue it very much. But I've been amazed at going back and seeing things in what I wrote that I didn't know I put in there. I mean, I didn't intentionally put things in there. Like I wrote one about I used to be in social services, so I had a caseload of people that were mentally ill. And, that's a challenge in its own. And, a lot of these people are street people. That's where they end up. And this story, I have the woman standing in a phone booth. And I didn't realize the significance of the phone booth when I was writing it, and I won't go into the whole story, but it's like, wow, how did I do that so consciously? Anyway, yeah. So how are we doing on time? And it's probably my turn, right?
I think it is your turn.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
I think I read this one the last time, but I'm going to read it again because
You
it's
know
here
what?
on.
Nobody is counting.
So I was thinking there's nobody else here but you and me, and you probably don't mind if I read it again.
No.
But I really like this poem. It is called "I Like That I Can Write a Poem." I like that I can write a poem to empty out my mind. Too much stuff gets stuck in there. If left too long, I find. Remnants of conversations mingle with things unsaid. Blurted out words rebound and echo in my head. Memories of other times mix with things today. Emotions make them tragic or hateful or sublime. My goal, to see them clearly and learn from errors past, hoping that tomorrow I can smile and let them pass. So now it's your turn.
No, I liked it. I usually I hear things I want to hear again, and actually, I got to be perfectly honest. I'm trying to catch up with the time here, and I just wanted to let you know that we got this text from Bobby. Says, hi Gary, I'm at the doctor's office in some pretty bad pain.
Oh,
that is not good. That's why I'm not at the Zoom portal. And miss you guys. Have fun. You're awesome.
That's too bad.
Yeah, well, speaking for myself, and Dale will do the same. We miss you. We miss you.
Yeah.
Your energy and your talent, and
yeah,
we're concerned about your health. So
yeah, I know he's dealing with some things right now.
Yeah. And we probably don't want to go into them. So, but it was nice that he let us know.
Yeah, that's really nice. Well, I hope everything will be all right.
Yeah. That was kind of sobering, though. I mean, it's like, but on the other hand, he's a very conscientious guy, and I really appreciate that he.
Well, I think that's why he missed the last time too. He was having some issues.
Was it? It wasn't just you and I the last time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, if I thought I could just like reach down here and just like, oh yes, this one, I would do that, because we still have a little time left. Now that I had dropped my phone on the floor. That's where when I did that.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
I couldn't find it. I said, I just heard it. Where is it? I'm very clever. I can actually look at the phone and
So did you respond to Bobby?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
It's like, can't he hear us?
I don't think so. He's good, but I don't think he's that good.
Okay. I'm gonna actually do this, and what I'm gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, is thank you for letting us know, and love you and miss you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can actually start a poem while I'm
okay, all right. Because I read this one last time too, I think, but I like this one also. I just wrote a poem and I feel great. That feeling is so special. It really is unique, akin to licking ice cream or a massage upon my feet. It's delightful and fulfilling, makes me feel so super smart, so gifted and enlightened, a glowing ring around my heart. Too bad it seldom makes my list of things I have to do, but creations are not duties. Magic does not come on cue. That's why my poems are short and few.
I love that last line.
Yeah, I do too.
Sure, that's why my poems are short and cute.
Few.
Is that what you said?
Few.
Few.
Few. They could be cute, but I think they're more few.
Okay. I'm attempting to do something that I have never been any good at.
What's that?
Multitasking.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going to shorten this up, and I think I should try to read that one more poem.
Yes, you should.
And I will do that as soon as, if I just wasn't such a klutz. Oh, there we go. There's got to be the strangest thing anybody's ever said. If I were watching this, I would say, what is he doing? Message complete. And I might as well share it. Hopefully Bobby won't mind it. But since I've ignored you and the audience for like, 2 minutes? Thanks, Bobby. We miss you, love you, and hope you get to the other side of your pain.
Mm.
And I think Bobby likes doing this as much as we do.
Oh, he loves it. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And okay, so I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay, go for it.
This is me going for it. Here's a little poem that I've always liked. I liked when I wrote it, and I like going back to it. And it's called I Remember Winter, which may sound strange for somebody living in Phoenix, but I didn't always live in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can find some cold and snow in Arizona if you look for it hard enough. Yeah. Right time of year. Anyway, I remember winter. She felt like a live branch on a dead tree, her snowy camouflage stripped by the sun, inviting passers-by to snap her off and transform her into switches or swords or missiles or kindling, ignorant of her need to save her sap for the birthing of another tree.
I remember that poem.
I just kind of like it, you know.
Yeah. That's in Beyond the Waters, isn't it? I think it is.
Getting technical, it's from Waters of Mathews County.
Oh, it is? I think it's in this one too.
Now that you got me on it. I do that. I do that. Actually, and to be honest with you, Coffee with the Bard was meant to be, well, a coffee table book, but it was, in one sense, it represents to me what I'm happiest about in terms of the poems that I've written. You know, it was my hit, my personal Gary's hit, you know. And I put every poem that I've ever really liked in there. And so yeah, and my poems do tend to travel from one book to another, you know. It might be, I don't know, I have 3 books, but maybe I only wrote 20 poems. I don't know.
No, you wrote more than that. Well, I think you changed the title too, because I can't find it, but that it sounds familiar to me, so I know I've read it.
Yeah, you know, it was just one of those things that somehow there was a story and a feeling in there, you know, and actually it turned out to be kind of a tribute to nature. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't find it.
You looking for your next poem, or?
Oh, I can. Yeah, I can.
Come on, we got 6 minutes left.
Do we? Okay. It better be a good one. Oh, I know. I like to do this one. Yeah, let me do why poetry. This is one of my favorites. Words come to me, silver threads that weave in and out of life. Like bronze shimmering streams, they pierce muddy brown and dreary blue routines. These metallic moments twinkle into my eyes, catch me unaware, render insignificant the abundant grays that would choke vitality from my daily tapestry. I write vibrant verbal color, passions that pull the fabric of my life together, give it form, make it whole, make it worthy to be worn, and now and then, wickedly unfurled. This is where I whip out my red cape.
Heard that before. I've heard that.
I know, yeah. It's one of my favorites.
I like it. Yeah. It's a terrific poem. Yeah. And you know what? I love. I'm listening and I'm listening. And I said, there's a familiarity, and I'm liking this. And I've heard this before, and it's even better now.
Because you know what's coming.
There you go. I don't know it's coming, but I can sense that, you know, I kind of know where this is going.
Yeah, you know where it's going. Yeah.
Bring it on and bring it on. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
By the time you're done, oh yeah.
Well, and I have one more too, because we're about out now, right?
You know what?
Or do you have one?
No, I have some. I'm kind of tired of my own reading today. You know, it's like
okay.
And I think it would be just a lovely thing for you to just take us out.
Okay, because this is one I end with often that I like, because people ask you, where do you get, where do you find poetry? And the name of this is Picked from Air. The rounding sounds of words call to me. They float, they glide, they tumble and rumble, seducing me to lure them, to set them down in rows, to pair them off. Noun, verb, noun, verb, noun, verb, to spice them with adjectives, to adorn them with festive phrases, to dress them with dangling participles. They laugh at faux pas. They giggle at deja vu, those tempting, teasing words. I'll never catch them all. They reproduce, recouple, and float free. So there are plenty left for you, and you, and you, and you, as well as for me.
There's something challenging in that poem, you know?
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, because I think, how do I want to say this? You hit every note. I mean, it's like, in terms of when I say hit, every line was a surprise, and yet it fit.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, and then it fit. A surprise, and it fit. And I said, she's going to take this bad boy all the way to the end. You know what I mean? If you know, on the surface of it, it's not a subject matter that's going to get me out of bed in the morning. You know,
It isn't.
you know, but
Mm-hmm.
it is a person who has a beautiful process, and to put the process into a poem, that's pretty slick. That's pretty slick. So yeah, I give you an A for that. Yeah, being an ex-English teacher, you know,
Well, a good teacher is the one that got me into writing at all. So, you know, hands off to good teachers. Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, on behalf of all the good teachers I've worked with, we all thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Dale Baker, I think that I think we got our money's worth today. At least you and I did.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, what I'm trying to do right now is to think of our catchphrase to get us off into the next part of our lives, which I think is write every day, it's good for you. Something
I
like that.
remember it's good for you, but I forget how we get into it.
Raven is going to hate this. I think it goes like this.
Okay.
Remember, write every day. It's good for you. Except
Sounds good.
I want to say it.
Huh?
Let me see what you can do with it. You're a little.
Remember to keep writing. It's good for you. Until next time, remember, keep writing. It's good for you.